Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Today is a very special wreath, and I'll share with you why it's so special. But if you want to make a memorial wreath to leave at the graveside, or maybe you just love the look of this wreath and you want to hang it on your door, I want to help you make that happen, and it's pretty easy to do. It all starts with the cross, and this one came from Hobby Lobby, and you can purchase them there as well. You could use a Dollar Tree one, but then you'd have to kind of reassemble it a little bit differently. You would need to use zip ties. So we're going to stick to this foam cross. These are some picks that I got from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section, but remember, it can be different kinds of greenery. It does not have to be the specific type of branches that I'm using. But you're going to take a floral pick. A floral pick has two sides of a pin on it, and I just decided to dip it into my glue pot there, and it would add a little bit more security for our wreath. All right, so we're doing this in two different areas. And then we're just going to keep adding multiple branches. And in this one, it already had some pine cones, and I thought that was perfect. I wanted a more wintry feel. Now, I'm going to just kind of talk off the cuff here. The day that I made this wreath, my aunt passed away. And when I was making this wreath, we knew that she was very close to death, and we knew that she was going to go soon. And I literally got done with this wreath filming, and I got the message from my dad that she had passed away. Now, unfortunately, she had a grave or cemetery that doesn't allow these types of, wreaths or decor. So I'm going to put this one somewhere else for another loved one. But I knew that she would love this wreath. And we just went to the funeral about a week or so ago, and it was just really lovely to see everybody. And I just can't help but think there's no better way to remember your loved one by making something for them. So we got about 3 of these. Now we're adding the 4th one. Now keep in mind, if you want to do a Dollar Tree version of this with that frame, it's a much bigger frame, and they're a little bit harder to find this time of year. So this is another reason that I liked using this foam cross wreath that I got at Hobby Lobby. And you're just going to keep adding more of those floral pins. And as you keep adding them, you're going to actually, keep holding down more parts of the wreath so it won't fall apart on you. So that's really important here too. So let's start on the other side. So in any type of wreath like this, I always like to do each side together. We're going to go a little bit faster in this clip because there's not a whole lot that we're going to do differently, but we're going to do the 2 sides. I'm going to just make sure that they are about the same length on each side, but I just really love the simplicity of this wreath. Now, if you didn't want to do this type of winter wreath, you could do tulips in the spring, and you could do sunflowers in the fall. I mean, you could do so many things with this wreath tutorial. It is a suggestion, right? This is giving you the permission to kind of try this. And so if you have somebody special that you would love to be able to put something at their grave, please let me know down below if you did it. So we're putting one at the top, and then we're going to add one more. Now here's the trick on this one. We're going to kind of make sure the stem, because I'm not cutting the stem here, but we are just going to put it down through the bottom part of our wreath. And then again, we're going to add a few more floral pins for that as well. So I think this is really pretty. You could do a number of things. You could leave it just the pine if that's what you want. But we ended up putting a bow on this. And again, it was a wired bow, so it's not going to be swaying in the wind. So as you can see there, I just kind of picked up some of the boughs of I don't know, is this pine? And added a few more. So at this point, I'm just going to dissect one of these branches, and we're just going to add them where I feel like it needs just a little bit more. And like I said, at this point, you wouldn't even have to add a bow in the middle. You wouldn't have to add anything else. You could really leave it like it is. So again, I just like to go through here, and now we're going to add some things through the side. and really make this wreath just really special. And I really like this because it really feels like it looks real. And if you are familiar with real pine, you know, the needles fall off, it doesn't always stay. And I know you guys can go to the store for about the same price you would spend at the store for a real life wreath. You could make one and it'll last so much longer. This is going to withstand the winter snow, especially up here in Michigan and in Ohio. That's where my aunt was buried. But I just think it really came together. I wish I could have put it at her graveside, but unfortunately, because of the rules, we weren't able to do so. But I think that this turned out really, really pretty. And I always edit it. I always keep adding a little bit here and there. So I hope you guys really like this. Again, I know this is probably either, depending on when I'm going to even drop this, I don't even know if we'll do this before Christmas or after Christmas, but this will be the last tutorial of 2024. So here's the next thing. I had some of these from my Christmas stash. Do you guys have a Christmas stash? I do. Of supplies. And so this is from Projects Past. Again, I got these at Hobby Lobby, and you know what? They still sell these. So again, you can probably go grab them on clearance right now. But I wanted to add a little bit of bling because it was for my Aunt Marlene. So, but you could do some flowers. You could do anything that maybe would be more particular to your loved one. And I just thought that these would be pretty. Now, this is a ribbon. This is totally wire. You know, like chicken wire? This is what this is like, but it's ribbon. So we're going to start off by clipping some of it. And I kind of was looking at it, and I think it had some breaks in it. But I got this at Hobby Lobby. I will see and let you know if Hobby Lobby still carries this. But I use this ribbon because this is what my thought was. It was going to withstand the weather, right? So I wanted to start with my tail, and I did about 10 inches here, and we just gathered it. Now this is going to be a little different because this isn't going to be the typical ribbon, right? It's going to have a lot more structure. And then we did 10-inch loops on both sides, all right? And we did it once, and then we're getting ready to do it twice. I'm doing this in real time here. I didn't want to speed this up for you because I wanted you guys to see what it was like in trying to work with this. And then I wanted to add another loop on each side. And again, you're going to still measure that 10 inches. Now, this isn't going to be really easy to work with, but I think you're going to like how it turns out at the end, right? So now we're going to do another 10 inches. And at this point, I think I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And then we're going to do one more loop at the other end of this. Okay, so we're going to bring it all back, and now we need to cut the tail about the same length as the other one. But you know what? I always change my mind, guys. I actually made it shorter when I put it on the wreath. So with this one, again, I was trying to just cut it at an angle because I prefer an angle versus a straight cut. And you know my favorite is the dovetail, right? So this is how I did it to kind of get around that. So we're going to get a zip tie or a pipe cleaner. I can't remember what I used. We're going to see. Let's see what we use. Again, I did this a few weeks ago. And I apologize if my voice sounds crackly because we've had a lot of sickness in our house. Oh, we're using a piece of wire. That's what we're using. And we're going to wrap it around the center, and you know the drill. Twist, twist, twist. You're going to pull that pretty good because you want it to stay put. And again, this is going to be outside, so we want it to just hold together. Then I'm going to take the little bow, and I think she's turning out super pretty. And again, I love how she'll hold her shape. I'm going to cut here again, but we're going to add a little bit of the extra piece that I had taken at the beginning. We're going to use that in the middle, and it's really easy to do. So what do I use? I use a lint roller to get rid of all those little pieces of debris that the white flocking on this, you know, gave us. I guess I did not use the other piece, so I cut another piece, all right? So then I just kind of rolled it, and we're just going to kind of twist it, and then we're going to put this around the center of that bow. It's pretty easy, right? Yeah. I hope you guys like this. I really do. But I would love to know down in the comments, do you have an idea of who you want to make this for? Is it a mom? Is it a dad? Is it an aunt in my case? Aunt Marlene she was like the pioneer aunt. You know, she was like the aunt that she was the one that did all the cooking and all the holidays and everything. She was that aunt that did that for us. So I will miss her greatly, but I just think that she would have loved this wreath. I think it turned out really nice. So now we're going to put it in the middle of our wreath, and I just kind of found a spot to go on either side of the wreath form, and then we're just going to adhere it to the back. So one wire went catty corner from the other wire, and then we're going to twist it. But you know what? The wire wasn't too long. I remember as I'm watching this right now. So I used one of those picks I've been using, those garden picks, what do I call them? Floral picks. And that seemed to work really good. Put a little bit of glue on it and add it. As you can see, you're not seeing the glue pot, but it's there. And if you guys want to get any of the tools that I'm using, just check out the description box below. That glue pot is a must-have. So this is what I did. You're going to get one of these wreath stands to hang it on for you. And it's just going to come out really nice. And this is what would go into the ground. If you love this wreath, please leave me a cross down in the comments below. It lets me know that you watched the whole tutorial, and also let me know who you would like to make this wreath for so that I can share that with you. So this is the last wreath we're going to have for 2024, but 2025 is coming and we have a lot in store. See you next year.